All right, we're good to go. Hey, everybody. I'm Anthony, and in the box on this side of the screen,
It's not Josh, but Juan.
it is Juan. So Juan's box is completely taken over Josh's side. And this is what's happening this week in Myrtle Beach Games. All right, so we got a few restocks of primers and glue. I didn't realize we went through the glue so fast. I ordered more glue this time than I did the last time. Last time I only got like 5 of each. This time I doubled up on that. And then I'm going to try the plastic glue because I've been using super glue and it's a little bit messy. So I'm going to try the plastic glue this time. Anyway, that's it. Are these the only 4 Fluxxes we got?
Nope, there's a bunch.
Oh, there's a bunch. Okay.
I just didn't want to shove them all on the screen at once.
Gotcha. All right, so we got the original Fluxx, Cthulhu Fluxx, Jumanji Fluxx, Marvel Fluxx, Fantasy Fluxx, Monster Fluxx, Oz Fluxx, Star Fluxx, Fluxx the board game, which is new, and Drinking Fluxx.
What the Fluxx?
Yeah, that's a lot of Fluxx. Okay, yeah, we got a bunch of Monster playmat tubes in. Probably already went through half of them, so if you need playmat tubes, come down quick. I can't believe it. Finally able to restock the base game of this game. Like the minis on this game. I don't know if you've seen this game, Juan. Do you play the video game?
I've started it.
You started it. Okay. The minis in the board game are sick. It's an expensive game, but from what I understand, it is super good. And I've sold out of it before I had a chance to open one up, and I could only order 2 this time. They only had 2 in stock. Here we go again. We're gonna run out in another week or 2, and then that'll be it. We won't have it for another 6 months again. We'll have all the expansions, but we won't have the base game. Restock of the Kobold pack and the Orc pack. Okay, so each one of these has 7 minis in it that you can customize. I love the frameworks. Do you even do minis, Juan?
I have minis that I have not painted in 4 years.
Gotcha. So you don't.
Yeah. I like the idea of minis.
Yeah. I just spent pretty much a whole week putting together the Shatterpoint minis with my son, and what a pain in the ass. Especially with my eyes go blurry after about 2 minutes, like looking at something that small. So I have to I can work for 2 minutes, and then I have to wait like 10. Then I go back, work for 2 minutes, wait like 10. I don't know if I'm going to be able to paint these minis. So some Warlock tiles. Yeah, so we were out of a bunch of these, and I couldn't get a bunch, but at least we got the dungeon tiles. This is a base set, so that's good. And then we got a few of the accessory packs. So that dungeon dressing picture is wrong. That box is now white. It's really weird. Same barcode, but it's a white box, and everything's arranged differently in it. I was like, is this new? But it wasn't. Okay, the town square. I ordered these and didn't need them, which is really weird. Because these are super cool, though. I mean, they're basically just like what it says, an encounter in a box. It's one room with your enemies in it and the little extra pieces to make it all tie together. That's so there's a prison break, and a wagon ambush.
They sound like random encounters in Skyrim.
So the wagon ambush is almost perfect for the Mines of Pandelver, Lost Mines of Pandelver first encounter. So that's kind of cool. So if you got the original starter set with Lost Mines of Pandelver, you pick this up, you got the first encounter pretty much locked in place. Anyway. What's next? All right, some Super Fight expansions and stuff. We're almost out of the base game, so I got to order that this week. So the Core Box Expansion 2, the Naughty and Nice deck, which is your holiday adult version. Super Fight Sword and Sorcery deck. Not exact. I haven't played that one yet. And the purple deck, which is I believe Locations.
No, that's it has scenarios, winning conditions and stuff
there
like that.
There you go. So Trivial Pursuit Horror Ultimate Edition. We've been going through these Trivial Pursuits like mad. I've had to restock this one. This is the second week in a row I've had to restock this one. Unstable Unicorns. Another restock of Unstable Unicorns and Unstable Unicorns for Kids. We've been out of that for a while. I didn't even realize it. And this is another one. I just go through it. It's a cute little game. So they kind of tend to gravitate to this when people don't know what they're looking for. Okay, there's the Harry Potter Trivial Pursuit. Now, we ordered this last week. It was probably on our last week's episode, but it didn't come, so hopefully it comes this time. I reordered it again. Risk Game of Thrones. I was actually in shock we didn't have any Risk games, and this is the only one I can get. But this one and the Warhammer one, the two best Risks besides Risk Legacy, which is a totally different game. But the two best Risks out there are these two for sure. Risk Game of Thrones. We have a group that still comes in and plays it. One Deck Galaxy. I don't know. I ordered this just because One Deck Dungeon did so well. One Deck Galaxy looks funny, at least. All right, so Law and Order. So this is all 3 Law and Orders. They could have left the organized crime off of there, but whatever. I mean, Stabler's cool and all, but that show isn't all that great. Have you watched it?
I think SVU is like the only thing I've ever watched because it's the only one that was always doing reruns.
So I'm in the middle of watching SVU again. I watched all of the original Law and Order that was available on Paramount Plus. Anyway, all right. So then we got Godzilla Monopoly, Peanuts Monopoly. I think we've had Godzilla Monopoly, and I know we've had D&D Monopoly before, but the 2 new ones are Peanuts Monopoly and Squishmallows.
Squishmallows is hot right now.
I know, I can't find a vendor for it. I don't understand it.
It's a millennial thing for some reason. I'm in the millennial range, and people my age are obsessed with these Squishmallows.
I know. I've seen them in here. I've seen people just like holding on to these things like they're like service animals. I don't understand it at all. I don't get it. But you know, every fad is like that. Like what was the Beanie Baby fad, which was just a differently painted bear.
You can make lots of money collecting Beanie Babies.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, I'm sitting here staring at half of your Pops collection, right? Like, yeah. So I mean, it's just. You know, that's just the culture we live in. At least with collectibles, even these Squishmallows and the Beanie Babies and the Pops, and I think it was Cabbage Patch Dolls back in my day. You know what I mean? So they all kind of they have their rares, and they have the ability to make some of your money back, if not all.
I find like the most valuable ones I have are the more obscure ones you wouldn't think of. Like the Mark Hoppus from Blink-182 or the Corey Taylor from Slipknot. Because when you think of a pop, you think of a superhero.
Right.
You don't think of Corey Taylor.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Corey Taylor is just awesome.
He's amazing.
An awesome dude.
Man's a poet. His voice is like, what? It's...
Yep.
Yeah. But because you think of superheroes, you don't think of stuff like that. So his end up being worth more.
Yeah. I mean, Corey Taylor is like the most versatile metal singer. I mean, I've heard him do like some Rob Halford type stuff, all the way to his Slipknot type stuff. Like he can pretty much do it all. So this is an expansion for Lost Ruins of Arnak. I'm not even sure this is out yet. I think this actually comes out next Friday, so probably by the time you see this, it'll be out. I've never played Lost Ruins of Arnak, but apparently it's an amazing game. I think it's like an 80-something on Board Game Geek, so that's pretty damn good. All right, Harry Potter. Have you ever played Labyrinth?
I have not.
Me neither.
I've seen Labyrinth.
Yeah, I mean, you mean the movie or the game? So this is like a classic game, the original Labyrinth, and now there's a Harry Potter version. I don't know. I know it's kind of like the original take on a dungeon crawl. Some Dominion restocks, Seaside Empires, and Prosperity. But yeah, so we're restocking up Dominion. Orcus. I didn't realize, like, I haven't been keeping too close of track of these big minis, but this is like one of my favorites. I actually used this in one of my campaigns. It's a big flying demon with a wand. We have the wand of Orcus out there. That. Yeah, we have that out there. But,
these are pre-painted, right?
It is pre-painted, and it is a beautiful mini. Some Harry Potter puzzles. So the one you can't see any of is probably my favorite one, because it's going to be the hardest one. That is just the Great Hall, but it's all the candles. Yeah, that one right there. That has got to be the most difficult puzzle we have up there. Most of these are restocked, so you got Clank Legacy, the original Clank, and Clank in Space, but then Catacombs. It almost looks like a Clank in Space expansion, but I guess it can't be. It's got to be a regular Clank. Yeah, that is definitely original Clank. Looks pretty cool. Little skeletal dragon there. Or Dracolich. Don't know which one it is. All right, so that's it, Juan. All right, so I'm Anthony.
And I'm Juan.
And that's Juan. Juan's in the box where Josh used to be. And that's what's happening this week in Myrtle Beach Games. We'll see you next week.